Hello, good folks of Internet Land. It is that time of the month again. It is Iron Man buildy time. It's fun time. It's time to put the serious stuff aside and have some fun. We have got issues 19, 20, 21 and 22. Amazingly sequential. We will look at those in a little while because that's the boring bit. We don't really care about that. We're here to build this. And in those issues, or with those issues rather, we have got 4 packages with 4 bits of left arm. So let us continue arming Iron Man. Oh yes, we've also got, bad puns aside, excuse the crinkly packaging noise, we've also got an Iron Man baseball cap. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that. I'll probably give that to my son because I'm not really a hat wearing person. I don't know, we'll see. But it's really nice, looks good quality, good thick sort of cotton, all the rest of it. It's not your cheap nasty rubbish, so that's good, it's nice. Thank you for that. Fanhome. I will be back in a moment with these opened and ready to go. So beginning with issue 19, we have got the left forearm, which we built previously, you may recall. We have got 2 little side caps, we've got an elbow bit, and we've got a forearm cover plate. So there's no screwing together, there's nothing fancy in this particular one. I'm pretty sure, this is how confident I am, I'm pretty sure I could actually build this without even looking at the instructions. But we're going to look at the instructions because, you know, that's what instructions are there for. So first thing is we take the arm, we take the cover plate and we stick this on. Now, there is an argument to be had for not fitting these press fit pieces just now because it covers the screw access holes, which we may need to access later to tension some parts to tighten up the screws, you know, that kind of thing. But what can I say? I'm reckless. I'm going to put it on anyway. I don't care because that's how I roll. So look at that. There we go. And I will just deal with having to gently lever it away later if I have to do that. I might regret saying that, but we will see. We'll see how we go. So we take the elbow thingy-me-doodah next. And we have got an L1 and an L2 and the corresponding L1 and L2 marked on the elbow joint thingy-me-bob. So we snap those into place. They have a large and a small peg fitting. And accordingly, the large peg will not fit in the small hole, much to your surprise, I am sure. And obviously the side is important because that denotes where that little black line goes. This part then, obviously, fits onto the little nubbly bit just here. So let's make sure that's focused. And which side, which way up does it go? It goes that way up with the little lines facing down that way, as you can see, like so. And that then gives us our elbow pad. So there we go. That's the assembly for this issue. That's issue 19, and that shows us the bit in question, like so. There you go, marvelous. So, without further ado, let's throw that aside, whip open number 20, and see what we have. We have got friction pads. We've got some of those existing, so I will use those up first. We've got 2 friction discs, we have got 2 side pieces, we have got the wibbly wobbly shoulder joint thingy-me-doodad, and we have got 2 FM screws and bolts. Popping those up there a moment. First thing we do is friction sticker pads onto here and onto here. So these friction pads just go into place. I'll just get some tweezers and peel out that centre bit, which seemed a little reluctant to come away there, unusually, because the others sort of peeled off nicely. There we go. And as I mentioned in the previous video, these pads feel kind of like thick masking tape. I don't know if that's exactly what they are. I don't know if they're just that type of material, but they certainly feel like thick masking tape. And I guess for the amount of movement they're going to get, because you're only going to be moving them for various sort of poses to photograph or just to pose generally, they're going to be more than adequate. And if they are masking tape, easy to replace should the need ever arise. So same thing on these discs, which obviously bear against them. So you've got two similar friction surfaces rubbing against one another. Oops. Damn you all, come on. Come on. Marvellous. There we go. So that's the stickers on. That is now surplus to requirements and can go into the recycle. And the other one we have as a spare. I dare say there will be parts later on which will require it, such as leg joints and the like. So we now take these pieces and these pieces, and these are situated in such a manner that the offset markers down here, let me zoom in for you. There we go. These offset markers fit in the lower part. Like so, is that right? Yes, that seems to be right. Okay. Zoom back out so you can see what's going on with the instructions. So we have this piece, which goes like so, and this piece, which obviously goes like so. Is that right? That's right. There we go. Excellent. And obviously we need one screw and one bolt. So come on now. There we go. One of those. We'll put that one back in the packet. That will get sorted later into the spares. One side will have a hex-shaped piece here, like so. And flipping that over, I can now tighten that up. That feels a little looser maybe. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Maybe still a little looser actually. Yeah, I think that will do nicely. This of course is going to become the shoulder joint and will accordingly go up here, and when we get the upper arm. So that's episode 20 or issue 20, and again you've got the cool little diagram just here which shows what we've built and where it goes. So issue 20 aside, issue 21 front and centre. Thank you very much. As Tony Stark said to Natasha Romanoff. And we have some HP screws. We have a H-shaped thingy-me-doodad. We have some springs. We have a plastic securing plate. And then we have, I'm going to take those out so I don't scratch them. We have the two shoulder cover caps. That's now empty and can disappear over there. So we'll move these aside. We'll move the arm and the shoulder joint aside. What are we going to do first? Okay. Oh, actually, no, we're not moving the shoulder joint aside because we'll need the shoulder joint, of course, because these pieces fit onto it. How foolish of me. How very foolish of me. We need two of these screws, the HP screws. Where did they go? They are. And of course, as is usually the case, we have 3 in the packet. So we take 2 out, leave a spare. And then we need to secure these springs with one of these screws each. Come on now. Onto these posts. So we'll zoom in so we can see what we're doing. Nice tight fit. Marvellous, that's what we like. Now that's not going to come loose and fall out. And then, much to your surprise I'm sure, we repeat the process, come here, for the other side. Thusly, although you obviously can't see what I'm doing there because my hand was blocking the view, but as you can see, we are just doing the exact same on this side. One thing I noticed with these springs is one side is fully closed, one side has a little gap, and the side that's fully closed is the side that I've put the screw through into the shoulder joint, whereas the side that's got a slight opening is the side that I've left to hook over this bit. And this bit is the next bit that we need. So I'll check to see, this is metal by the way, this is plastic, and this H-shaped piece is metal. Does it go in a certain way? It does indeed. The little slot that you can hopefully see, let me get that over a white piece of the, there you go, that little slot that you can see there goes up facing the slot in the shoulder joint, assuming of course that the picture is correct, and there have been a couple of instances where it has not been, but We will find out soon enough. Oops. And here, if I can get this to behave, come on now. Oh, come on. Come on, be good. Be good to me. This is a fun build. It's not meant to be trying. Damn it. I bet Tony Stark never had this hassle in his little man cave while he was designing the suit. Ah, there we go. And the same on this side. Good heavens, come on, there we go. And of course what we have then is the springy uppy downy piece, which, if you remember from the right arm, is for the shoulder pad, so it allows it to flex up and down but reseat itself when the arm is down. Excellent. Turn the page. And the next step, as you can see here, are the shoulder cups. So 21C, L1, which is this one. Yep, that's L1, goes on this side. And L2 goes on this side. Again, there are arguments against putting these caps in place, as said before, but I just don't care. I know I'm such a rebel. I know I am. What can I say? And then the next bit, of course, is this piece here, which we're not going to be doing anything with just now because this is the last of the bits, but that is clearly going to go into there, and this is obviously going to fasten to the upper arm bits, which I believe is in episode 22. So this is what we currently have. Let's zoom back out so you can see. This is what we currently have. Looks kind of like a Star Wars droid, a little ball-shaped thing with a maybe a swivelly gun thing, etc. So, issue 21 aside. Issue 22 with an amazing War Machine picture. Ooh, outer atmospheric armour, I say. We'll have a look at a flick through the magazine shortly, but as I say, that's not what we're really here for, let's be honest. We're here for the build, we know that. We want to see the suit, we want to see it go together. That's what it's all about. So in this one we have some of these. I won't be using those because I've already got a couple from the previous ones, which are here, so I'll be saving those as spares. We have got some EM screws. We have got half of left arm, and we have got other half of left arm, and then an empty packet which can join the others in that little pile over there. And we'll move these aside and see what we're going to do. Well, first of all, we're going to get these bits of the arm, and these stickers are going to go one either side of this upper arm. Excellent. So, if I recall from the previous one side kind of fits and follows the curve quite nicely, and the other side leaves a huge gap around the circle, which I found a little strange, but not that it causes any kind of problem, because it doesn't. That one there you go. And then I'm pretty sure the other one, yeah, the other one's got, you can see that the circle is more into this inner section than it is in the outer section. So when I put this on the other one, it will actually follow the curve of that circle more, or more closely rather. As I say, not that it matters in particular, because all that we need it to do is to do its job, which is to prevent to create a bit of friction and prevent scratching up of that, I guess. But yes, there you go. That can now go with the recycle pile. And whoops, we will try not to throw the parts around the bench and scratch them up. So we need the arm, we need the underside of the arm, and we need this one, yes, this one, and this screws onto here like so. So we've almost got a whole left arm by the time we've done this one. We're just waiting for the bicep cover, of course. Okay, so we need one EM screw for that particular part. Obviously we will need more because we need some to fasten the bits to the top, and given that they have supplied us with, well, we've got 2, 4, 6, 7, so obviously we're going to be using 6. So fabulous. And next we get our little Star Wars ball droid with its laser cannon. And this piece right here. In this orientation, let's zoom in a little bit for you. Oops. Figure out which way zoom in is. And we pop that into there. We pop this onto here. So we need 2 more screws, obviously here and here. Indeed we do. I have to say, this is something I'm really loving, very much indeed. This is such fun, putting this together, seeing it come together. Any of you out there looking at this who have never done a part work but always kind of fancied the idea or thought about it, I highly recommend it. And yes, in the long run, they're quite expensive, but when you think about things sensibly, you know, it's not really bad value for a collectible item, and obviously if it's something that you particularly like. As somebody who builds model kits, I can tell you from experience that you can pay an awful lot of money for highly detailed kits, and you can pay an awful lot more money than the kit itself for aftermarket photo etch and detail parts for said kit, especially talking about motorbikes. Now, having built several motorbike kits, you can buy what are called detail up parts, which are things like real metal spokes, spoked wheels, and real metal proper telescoping forks and such like, which look great, but they're incredibly expensive. So you can spend an awful lot on a kit to make it look good. And that's fine if that's the kind of thing you like. There is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But to put this into some kind of perspective for you, there's a Hot Toys Iron Man figure, which is 1/6 scale. Okay, 1/6 scale. This is 1/3 scale. So it's twice the size of the 1/6. Okay, and the Hot Toys one is going to cost you about 600 quid, because you can only buy it from Japan. It has to be imported. By the time it comes in and you get your import duty and everything else, and thanks to Brexit now and everything else, there is no possibility of escaping import duty. And to be frank, to be fair, the odds of getting by import duty on a 400 or 500 quid from Japan toy collectible are slimmer than Kate Moss. And it's all, you know, the possibility of that happening come on, it's not going to, because somebody selling an item that much, they're not going to mark it as a lesser value item in case they ever need to claim for non-delivery. So you're going to spend 600 odd quid or so. Now, granted, all in, this is a very expensive kit. However, it's 1/3 scale. It's twice the size of the Hot Toys kit, which is great to begin with, but it's not just twice the height, it's physically twice the size all the way round. It's, you know, it's twice as wide, it's twice as deep, it's twice as high. It's, sorry, 3 times as, you know, as wide, high, deep, etc. It's, I think, absolutely fantastic, and really good value when you compare it to something like the Hot Toys variant for a great, nice collectible item that will look fabulous on your shelf all lit up. And, you know, with the availability to really kind of modify it and do things to it at a later date as well. So, going back to the original point, if you've never done a part work and you fancy it, then go and have a look on the DeAgostini or Fanhome page. See if anything appeals. They do some great ones. My friend Chris at Gross Models, give him a look-see and check him out. He's a bit of a part work addict now. He started off with 1 or 2 and he loves them. And he is currently building a Fast and Furious Dodge Charger, an R2-D2 and X-Wing, a half-scale T800 Terminator and the Iron Man. So please do check him out, have a look at his channel, and have a look at what he's doing. And if any of them appeal to you, go ahead, go for it, treat yourself. You deserve it, because you're worth it. So the next step is this arm. Little bit of a gap there, I'm not 100% delighted with. Yeah, those 2 faces could fit together a little better, but you know, it's not too bad. And then this is going to be held with 2 screws. Looking at this, I think we might have actually gotten 2 spare screws. I say, I feel quite honoured, let me tell you. Unless I've forgotten to put a screw in somewhere, of course, which, well, you know, who knows? Anything can happen. There we go. Fantastic. I've got to add as well, this screwdriver that came with issue 1 is really, really impressive. Normally when they do the sort of giveaway screwdrivers, you get things like this, which we got with a later issue, and I've got to say this is a bit rubbish. It's your typical sort of cheap screwdriver that you get with kits and things, which it really is a bit pants, and I wouldn't recommend using this one. But this one is a really good one. It's good. So here we are. We now have, we do indeed have another spare screw, so I'm going to pop that back in its packet, and that will be filed along with the other spare ones should we ever need them. We now have an arm, a completely articulating left arm, minus the gold press-on cover for the bicep, and the left hand, of course, and then the shoulder, which swivels as well as tilting back and forward with the springy shoulder bit. And I think that's it. Yep, that's where we are at. And we have this picture down here. Oops, zoom in the right way. And this shows you what we have built in these 4 issues. So that's where we're at just now. Next thing to do is zoom out and take a look and see what's in the magazines for those of you who, for some strange reason, like to see what's in the magazines. in addition to what we've built. So let's dig these back up off the floor. Issue 19, the return armour. So we've got your typical cartoony bits. Oh, let me focus on this for you. We've got your cartoony bits. We've got your cartoony bits. Iron Man against all. We've got some Hulk over here, looking surprisingly chilled for the Hulk. And I'm assuming this is obviously the Hulk Buster armour. We've got the Buildy Bits, which we already saw. Black Panther, Iron Man and Wakanda. Obviously something about a little bit about the history of Black Panther and the links between them. Back in the Team, which is obviously an Avengers related thing. And is that Thor with short hair? So seemingly Thor had short hair in the comics. Well, there you go. And return armour for a new century. So obviously this is yet another armour. Issue 20, we have got Iron Man, the man behind the armour, and we've got some scenes from the extremis thing, the one with the Mandalorian. Oh crikey, I forget Guy Ritchie's name. I can't remember his name, but yes, the Mandalorian. Talk about mixing your genres. The one with the Mandarin, not the Mandalorian. Now that would be an interesting one. Mandalorian, Iron Man, the Mandarin, and obviously this is the one where we saw Iron Patriot, where the War Machine armor became Iron Patriot, and the excellent performance from Ben Kingsley. And I thought that was quite a good one. A lot of people criticised that movie, but I quite enjoyed that one, I've got to say. The Builder Bits, Extremis, an Iron Man for the 21st century. And I don't know, I know the sort of Extremis thing in the movie, and I did read a bit of a comic thing about the Extremis thing with the comic books, but I don't know too in depth, too in detail, and I don't know how much they differ, but I do know that they do. So that's that one, issue 20. Issue 21, we have got Heart of Darkness, the Mandarin's Master Plan. Now apparently the Mandarin in the comic books was quite an epic, scary, powerful character, so I believe. I don't know that much about him, so you fans out there who do will probably know. More about the Mandarin, cartoony bits, buildy bits. Stark Industries inventing the future, more cartoony bits and storyline. And Moon Armour, a prototype too far. Interesting. And we've got the Fantastic Four in this one. Ben Grimm and Mr. Stretchy Man and all that business. Issue 22, a new hero, War Machine flies solo. And we've got some War Machine kind of things going on. Is that Cable? That looks like Cable. I'm not sure what that's all about. The Builder Bits, obviously. Pepper Potts, he loves me not. So we've got a bit of the Pepper Potts backstory, seemingly. And a new Pepper. And then we've got obviously Pepper Potts in Iron Man armour as well, or Iron Woman armour. I'm assuming she has actually got a proper name. Does it say? Let's have a look. Full Flesh Super Heroine. Rescue, the Rescue armour. I have heard that now that that's mentioned. Yeah. So she has her own Iron Man suit, and it's the Rescue armour. Outer Atmospheric armour, a duel in space. So some more space themed armour going on there with a strange platform booster rocket thing. Yeah, interesting. At some point I will sit and read through all these and glean some more information from the backstory. But at the moment I'm just enjoying the build, and that can all wait for another day. So there we are. There's our left arm to go with our right arm, which of course is currently incomplete. As you can see, it needs that bit, it needs the shoulder bit, and it needs the hand. But you can see it's every time I look at a completed piece like this, it really impresses me, and it makes me realize how large this figure is going to be. It's going to be a truly epic build, and I can't tell you how nice it is to see this come together and realize what a huge statue, figure, toy, whatever you want to call it, how big it's going to be. It's going to look fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So it is, it really is. What do we think, Tony? Or Ironhead? So yes, blink once for yes. There we go. So yes, that's where we're at. That's the Iron Man build so far. Thank you for watching. Tune in next month for what I suspect is going to be episodes or issues 23, 24, 25 and 26. I may be wrong though. Stay tuned to find out. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye.